You know, in any organization that's built on passion, especially the ones driven by young people, there's this story that plays out over and over again. It's about a torch of leadership. And the big question is it going to be passed or is it going to be dropped? Getting this right can literally make or break a group's future. So let's get into it. So this story, it's really got two sides with two main characters. And as we go through this, I want you to think about which one sounds more like you. Are you the one holding the torch right now? Or are you the one hoping to grab it next? Figuring out your role here, well, that's the first step to making sure your organization has a future. All right, first up, let's talk about the torch giver. You know exactly who this is. It might be the founder, the veteran leader, basically the person who poured every ounce of their being into building this thing from scratch. They are the heart of the organization. And if you could read their mind, you'd probably hear this one phrase on repeat. Ugh, it's just faster if I do it myself. Does that sound familiar? It comes from a good place, right? A place of high standards and a deep sense of responsibility. But man, it is such a trap. So let's get real about what's happening here. You started this whole thing with an incredible amount of passion. But now, that passion has made you the go-to person for everything. And the result? You're completely burnt out. You want to hand things off, you really do, but you're worried nobody else will do it right. And without even meaning to, you've become the bottleneck. Okay, so that's one side of the coin. Now let's flip it over and meet our other key player, the torch receiver. This is your next generation of leaders. They're full of potential, and they are so eager to step up. And what's going through their head? It's usually something like this. I really don't want to overstep. See, it's not a lack of ambition that's holding them back. It's a sense of respect and a little bit of uncertainty. They see the current leaders have it all under control, and the last thing they want to do is get in the way. So the torch receiver is sitting there with all these fresh ideas and a genuine desire to contribute. They're good to go. But often they feel like they just don't have the specific experience they need. So what do? They wait. They're waiting for an invitation, for a clear signal, for someone to finally show them the ropes and give them a real shot. And boom, this is where the gap opens up. On one side, you have a leader who desperately needs to delegate. And on the other, you have an enthusiastic member just waiting for an opportunity. They both want the exact same thing, but they're just not connecting. Yeah, this lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? It's literally two sides of the same story. The giver sees risk, while the receiver feels uncertainty. The giver has become a bottleneck, while the receiver is this huge, untapped source of potential. The crucial question is, how in the world do we build a bridge across this gap? Okay, so how do we fix this? The answer isn't about one side replacing the other. It's definitely not about the torch giver just disappearing. The real solution is about building a bridge. It's all about partnership. And we call this bridge the leadership pipeline. Now, don't let the name sound too corporate. It's really just a clear, simple path. It's not about throwing someone in the deep end and hoping they swim. It's about creating a process for them to gain skills, build up their confidence, and take on real responsibility, all with support. So what does this pipeline actually look like? Well, it's a pretty simple three-stage process. First, you provide opportunities to gain skills. Then, you build confidence through mentorship and support. And finally, you assign real, meaningful responsibility. It's a gradual, intentional transfer of knowledge and ownership. And why does this matter so much? Because this is how an organization's fire spreads. Instead of just one single torch, you end up with many. You build something that's resilient, something that doesn't just survive a transition, but actually thrives long, long into the future. So a leadership pipeline sounds great in theory, but where do you start? It all begins with one really crucial first step: identifying those potential torch receivers. And here's what you should be looking for. It's not always the loudest or most talkative person in the room. The true potential lies in traits like reliability. Do they follow through? Commitment. Are they dedicated to the cause? And maybe most importantly, a willingness to learn. Those are the foundations of a future leader. So for all the torch givers out there, look around your organization. Who has that quiet reliability? Who shows that commitment and that hunger to learn? Who are you going to start building that bridge for? And for the torch receivers, don't just wait for the bridge to be built for you. How can you demonstrate your commitment? How can you signal that you're ready to learn and step up? Because this bridge, it has to be built from both sides. What's your next move?